So I'm using my smaller channel right now just to build up another plethora of videos and information. And I'm going to do a really quick descriptive on old Earth, new Earth, and what the timeline separation really means. And it's quite clear that you're no longer living in the same reality. A lot of you have been rejected from the higher timeline. You've been put on a lower timeline. You'll find that things in your life aren't necessarily working out. You'll find that you're spending a lot of time, wasting your day away. Time's going by really, really quick right now for both timelines, but the old one's going to be collapsed in order to fuel and propel the new one. Because the new timeline, those beings have learned their lessons, so therefore they get to ascend past the third dimension. The fourth dimension is the veil. That's the spirit world. The fifth dimension has more opportunity. That's where creative power and ability is more prevalent. You can create your own reality as you go, and what you need just opens up and finds you. It has to do with clean karma, how you treat others, how you represent yourself, how you're living with morality. If you lack morality, you're on a lower timeline. If your goal is to lie, cheat, steal, incriminate others without balancing your own life, without harmonizing yourself, you failed already. Once those doors close, then the old timeline, you're not going to be able to get into the new timeline. You're not going to be able to ascend. And it's pretty important. If you don't feel like this is valid in your life, it's probably because you have empty thoughts, you have brain fog, you do things out of habitual habit, you're not conscious, you don't know what consciousness is, and you don't have the inner capability to transform yourself into a higher vibrational form of life. It's amazing on YouTube just how many beings that are out there not only producing misinformation, but they don't practice what they preach. They waste their time doing meaningless tasks. Everything has to have a meaning. You can't just live your life full of small-minded, no goals, no inspirations. You got to be a living testament to what you are. You got to conduct yourself accordingly. Nobody's going to help you through it. Nobody's going to help you through life. The unseen beings behind the scenes, nobody really cares, because it's really up to you where you wind up and what happens to you. But I'm just going to say to the ones that are in the lower timeline, you already passed away. So you woke up one day, you probably passed away in your sleep, or you had a dream and you woke up and you were glad that you woke up from the nightmare, but you really didn't. You woke up in a lower timeline. And I'm watching so many beings right now that are just scrambling. You're living your life in fear. You're living your life without purpose. You have nothing to add or contribute to anybody or anything in a positive. And it's impacting your progress. I've seen a lot of you over the last, I've been on YouTube since 2007 is when I started my first account on YouTube. I ended up deleting that back in 2018 just because I found that the information was changing so rapidly that there was really no reason for me to keep my old information on the channel. It was no longer relevant to where the state of this universe was really conducting itself. And the lack of conscious thought out there and the amount of unaware, stagnant minds is staggering. But in all honesty, I think I've done about all I can do for the lower timeline. And when you realize just how locked out you are if you're on the lower timeline, you're really gonna feel dumb, because you had an opportunity to have access to things that'll be coming out in the next few years. Regeneration of tissue, regeneration of limbs, stem cells, perfect petandamin inside your body hologram. It's not really a hologram, by the way, but the ones that are in the higher timeline already understand this. The ones that are in the lower timeline, you're still scrambling around looking for answers. You're never going to find them unless you go within. And you got to raise your vibration. raise your kundalini, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter. You got to raise your energy field, your biofield, which goes into the quantum field, which goes into thermodynamics, which goes into quantum dynamics, quantum therapy, vibrational, electromagnetic, electrical components within your body. A lot of you are chemically toxic. Your cells are toxic in your body. You're not providing the proper nutritional content in your body. You're eating food that has no life in it. You do this because you're a creature of habit, and you let your taste buds override your brain. And to me, it's I can just sit back and observe, because not only am I on the higher timeline, but when you wake up in the higher timeline, which happened to me like many years ago, it's like starting out from scratch all over again, but just in a different way. But then things manifest faster for you. Your thoughts become clearer, and you find that a lot of the lower vibrational beings, because they don't really know themselves, they don't know anybody else, they go off lies and half-truths, and they bombard their brain with low vibrational activities, and all that's doing is harming your spirit. It's cutting you off from the tree of life. It's cutting you off from the higher vibrations that you need in order to succeed. And all the hate and negativity and lies that you spread out there, it doesn't matter. If you've been doing that, and you've been doing that consistently, you're going to be wiped right off. You won't resurrect again as a human being. You'd be lucky if you resurrect again into a blade of grass, because the source of all creation doesn't reiterate things that are not useful and beneficial for the balance and harmony of what the universe actually is. It's a multiverse, then it's an omniverse, it's a universe. Uni means one, like a unicycle. That means one wheel, right? So universe means singularity. Multiverse is multi-facets of reality, all coinciding and balanced within each other. And an omniverse is something bigger, but basically it's like a multiverse but amplified. And that's the simplest layman's terms that I can speak to you, because a lot of you have really low-level brains, and it's become very apparent to me over the last few months just how low vibrational some of you are, and watching you destroy your own lives is actually, I don't get satisfaction out of it, but I'm aware of it, and I'm observing you as it happens to you in real time. It's not happening to me. I've already unlocked my higher script, my higher level, whatever you want to call it. When I say I'm the creator, I am the creator of my own life, my own destiny, my own universe. I've already conquered that. I've already mastered that. When I claim names and titles of deities, it's because I've already mastered that. I've mastered those levels. I've mastered those concepts. I've mastered those philosophies. I've embodied them. I've iterated them into my own life. And for those that don't believe in evolution, you're remaining the same, and you're remaining stagnant. It's the next course of history. The fifth age, the age of Aquarius, whatever you want to call it, it's all irrelevant. The conceptualization of the embodiment of such is what creates the one rogue doorway that may potentially lead to furthering your own progress. And when you raise your vibration, you have friends, you have family, you have a lot of people that don't know you. You have all these sideline losers that have never accomplished anything in life, that want to criticize you. They want to start lies. I mean, especially with AI, it's so easy to take anyone's voice and face. It doesn't really matter, because the truth always comes out in the end. Karma is a law of the universe. If you don't understand the universal laws, then there's no way you can understand the basic philosophies of even the most basic brain or the basic mind. And there's no way you'd understand the higher ones or the higher levels. You got to know thyself first. The kingdom of heaven is within. And if you close your own doorway, you are going to get and receive exactly what you put others through. It comes right back to you. Nobody's above that. Even in a higher level, your progress will be stunted. even if you tried to do anything like that, which is why I try to be, I try not to react to those low-level NPC, brainless, mindless, spineless, cowardly liars. I mean, look at video footage of Donald Trump, and there's AI stuff that's put in absolutely everything. It's easy, and that technology has been around for, what, 15, 20 years to the public, to some of the public, especially if you had a good computer and good computer programs. But the rest of the mindless, brainless, sponge-filled amoebas that are out there think it's funny to try to desecrate or decimate somebody else's reputation with lies. Then all of a sudden, something really bad happens to them. They get in a car accident. Maybe they get their door kicked in by the authorities. Maybe they have family members of theirs get really sick and perish. Maybe they get a life-threatening illness. And they get their karma. Nobody's above that karma. I don't know why beings think that they're above it, because they're not. If you haven't figured that out yet, especially if you're past the age of, I mean, past the age of, well, I mean, I'm not even putting an age on it, but let's just say if you're an adult and you're still acting like an immature loser, a fool, a mindless amoeba, your karma is going to be swift, and you're going to experience that Armageddon judgment that's in the Bible, which is actually inspired by the Torah and other books. And you're going to have to go through the Armageddon timeline. And when you lose, because you will, if you're low vibrational, you're not going to win. You can't win. It's impossible for you to win because you're a loser. And what's going to happen to you is you're going to experience an Armageddon scenario, or you're going to experience a nightmare where you will become the fatal casualty in that story. You will lose your body shell. You will be recycled into the same life again, which is called purgatory. You'll live that for 1,000-year period. Day to God is 1,000 years. Remember that. And you're humans. You have a different concept of time and what time is. You don't understand time yet. Time is actually irrelevant, but most of you are programmed, so you think it's a big deal having your birthday and all these other things that are just a gauge, because once most of you reach the age of 30 years old, you're already over the hill. Most of you at 30 years old, you're already midlife. That's your midlife already. And I've watched so many people that I used to know that are decomposing rapidly, they're aging rapidly. What they say doesn't make sense. They have no intelligence in their conversation. They have nothing positive to add in any way, shape, or form. They're not helping anybody, including themselves. And they've literally devoid themselves of life. And after you've judged yourself in that continual nightmare of purgatory, and you get an opportunity, what happens is your energy that was used to create you is then dispersed into something more useful that can sustain a higher level system. And I've watched so many of you decompose so quickly. A lot of you are gaining like this massive amount of weight that's hanging around you. You got double, triple chins. You're looking all fat, weird. Your mind is gone. You know, a lot of you can't even hold a conversation like you could back in even 2018, which was, I mean, that was 8 years ago now. You know, 2 more years, 2018 was a decade ago, 10 years ago. So you're coming up, I mean, the year 2000 was 26 years ago. 26 years ago. It's like you guys are still stuck on stupid, and you don't want to do anything to help your current situation. And all I can do is offer from my own experience, from what I've experienced, what I've lived through. I talk about my spaceships. Yeah, I got a spaceship. No, those stars for the majority are fixated in the sky. Yes, you guys lack vision. You guys can hardly even see, and you guys don't even know what the astral realm is or what the spirit realm consists of. You guys can't explain it. And if you're not helping yourself, you're not helping anybody else out. And if you're filling your body with all these toxic foods and waste of chemicals and poor nutrition choices that are just seeping on your body and creating those big cellulite pockets of toxicity, even when you stretch out your skin, and if you're really big and large, and then you lose a lot of weight, you have all that big skin that's hanging off your body, like plasticine, because your cells are not rejuvenating properly. And a lot of you will focus on the medical system. That, I mean, the medical system is primitive compared to what happens in the future. The problem is, in the future, the ups and downs and the good and bads, you don't necessarily have those, because it's more of a maintained structure, so therefore it may not necessarily be as fun to beings. But the fun that you experience and manifest on the lower realms are actually small little doses of dopamine or serotonin that you're not even truly experiencing. You're not. It's a temporary, just like when somebody gets a craving for a candy or something, and you go for the candy, and then you eat that, and the candy's gone, and there's no more satisfaction in it, and then you feel empty, and then there's a crash afterwards. Because balance in the future, balance is second nature, because in the future we've raised a whole civilization of beings that are intelligent and conscious, which is why you guys are in the Hyperborean chamber, you guys are in the bowl, you guys are in purgatory, you're living in the abyss. When I say I'm the god of heaven, I'm the god of the abyss, I'm the king of heaven, I've conquered the abyss. You can still see me in the abyss, but there's a veil that's separating my universe from your universe. You don't understand that yet. You don't understand yourself, and it's unfortunate. I'm not saying everybody doesn't understand themselves, but the majority of beings out there, you're already tainted goods. You've already lived that lifetime before. You're living something, a creature out of habit. You have deja vu. You have emptiness and pains for things that you can't even put your finger on. You can't even identify where it's coming from. So you take a step back, and maybe you fill your life with negativity, and all that will ever do is deprive you of a life in the future timeline. You ever watch Back to the Future, where Marty McFly starts changing events, and he's got that picture, and then all of a sudden his family starts disappearing, and he keeps making messed up choices, and then all of a sudden he starts disappearing, and he's on there playing guitar on that stupid what is it, undersea dance or whatever it was called in that movie. And what happened is basically he erased himself from the future, almost. In the movie, there's a happy ending, and he figures it out in that movie. But the idea is basically an accurate conceptualization of what the truth or partial truth is. So when you take care to make proper choices, I mean, some of those choices needed to be changed, like in the movie, and then all of a sudden you get a better future somewhere in there. Maybe your future self survives, but a lot of you are wasting your life, and you're erasing yourself from any future timeline. You're erasing your life from every other experience. What happened if you pass away early is that you couldn't keep up with the electromagnetic flow or the energy of your body. You had no chi. You didn't understand the Tao. You didn't understand the laws of the universe, the laws of creation. And nobody's gonna figure out anything for you. I'm just saying. So I'm using my smaller channels right now because I actually got bored. I got bored of YouTube. I'm bored with it. All it is a time waster. I watch so many of you just doing the same thing day in, day out. Some of it's interesting, but not all the time. Where's the variable? You gotta have a variable somewhere. And most of you are gonna just live in purgatory and pass away and thinking you're living again, and then you're getting a mind wipe, and you're never gonna remember anything, and you'll have feelings such as deja vu and all this. But I mean, what's the point of living a life if by the time you lose yours, you've never learned anything? How would that be possible for you to evolve to a higher level if you never learned anything? So what's going to happen when you pass is you're going to get tricked into all sorts of stuff in the afterlife. You're still going to think you're alive, but you're not. And you're going to get tricked out of having an opportunity to experience what life really is truly meant to be. So as much as I've seen a lot of people decompose and pass away, and people that shouldn't have passed away, I mean, they're gone. They're no longer in this reality. But I also know other ones that have exceeded what anyone's expectations could have ever been. And I've watched other ones that have been consistent every single year, and they've been true to themselves. And their lives have unfolded perfectly. So sometimes when I felt like I was living too high of a vibration around my surroundings, you know, I'd do things to lower my vibration too at times, just because when you vibrate too high, what the everyday norm to these surface-dwelling humans are, I mean, it's not normal. It's boring. It's boring. What do most of you talk about behind the scenes? You talk about other people. You talk about what you see on the news. You talk about events that don't even affect you, people you don't even know. You sit there talking about, and you speak it like it's fact, but it's not. And you can't even tell the difference because you're caught in the Maya. You can't even call it a matrix. The Maya means illusion. And the illusion of concept, when everybody gets it at the same time, is when those doors open. Do I see that happening? I see the doors closing, and I think it's going to be very apparent here in the next few months, whether or not you're on a new timeline or you're on the old one. And everything in your life will tell you. You'll hear a song, and all of a sudden you're hearing it. One word will be different. It's not the Mandela effect. It has nothing to do with the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is basically when not enough people believe in one thing, and then their thought process gets changed into another direction. It changes that whole spectrum of reality, just like Back to the Future. So it'll literally pull that event out, and it changes because that's what the collective consciousness dictates at that time. So I've studied every religion, every philosophy you can imagine, back before the internet. I mean, I used to read books. I used to read more books than anybody. I used to write a lot. Now I write a little bit. And I still read books, but I mean, it's so much easier to read, an ebook, or instead of picking up the old black and white paper or whatever, and taking the time to actually exercise your brain into conceptualizing different philosophies. And what do you read? Do you read stories? Do you read, like, watching a movie? If I watch a movie, it is so boring for me to watch a movie unless it's something that's real. And even the reality shows aren't necessarily real. A lot of them are scripted. There's a lot of scripted stuff. They use a lot of CGI. They use a lot of AI stuff in order to script events, just like in real life. Because most of you aren't in control of your real life. If you were in control of your real life, if you actually were able to manifest things, you'd be doing it. But you're not. A lot of you are wasting your time sitting around talking about people you don't know, saying things that you'd never say in person, and at some point all of that will catch up to you. For most of you it already has, you just haven't realized it yet because your brain's too slow. And you can't even really see what's going on behind the scenes or wherever you think you exist. And that old Earth, that's the one that was supposed to be collapsed a few years ago, and everything was going to get reset. You can't reset the future because the future's been put in place so that the past can't screw it up anymore. That's why you're all segregated. You're in the Hyperborean bowl for a reason. So you'll notice that most cities are flat. The buildings are flat, the ground's flat, the structures are flat, because most of them reside on sea level. And then you notice on the outskirts, certain places, there's a lot of mountainous regions. If you go up to where I live up in the mountains, and even looking out my front window there, it's raining out, and but those big old trees and the mountains around and the fresh water every day. My water doesn't taste like chlorine. I can drink my water, and looking at it, it looks so pure and so crystal clean, and it tastes so good, and it's so refreshing. Better than any bottled water you've ever had. And doesn't taste like plastic. It doesn't taste like chlorine. It doesn't taste like, I mean, you can say what you want about fluoride. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't mind fluoride in my toothpaste because, in all honesty, who wants to go around with yellow teeth? Nobody. And and a lot of the stuff when it comes to healing and frequencies and right machines, you can't just listen to a frequency in your ears and expect that it's going to change your whole body. Your body has to become the machine where you're able to create that frequency within your own cellular constructs, not constraints. There's a difference in the two words. Next few years are going to be very difficult on a lot of people because they're watching too much of the news. They're getting worked up over things that don't concern them. If it doesn't concern you, I mean, you should just mind your own business. Because every second that you take away from your own life and your own progression and whatnot, you're getting older. You're getting older. You're aging fast. You're aging too quick. So I haven't aged too much, even in the last, 15, 20 years. But I don't go out of my way being a stumbling block for others either. I mind my own business. I don't bother anybody unless they bother me first. I don't waste my time gossiping. I don't listen to rumors. Anything you hear could be a lie, a half-truth. If you don't have the whole truth and the whole picture and you're speaking on something, that's actually gonna end your experience. The more that you do that, that's actually what happens. I don't have to hide. I don't have to hide my face. I don't have to hide my identity. I make it pretty clear who I am. Everybody in real life that actually knows me knows who I am. The only, and they're not even issues, but the only beings that I've ever had disrespect me have been online that don't know me, made up stories. It doesn't really matter. Beings know me in real life. And I've already proven myself. And the beings that like to talk about me, you haven't proven anything. You haven't even proven yourself. You can't even show your face because you're a liar. And it doesn't matter. Your phone is always recording you. The AI technology always knows who you are. You can't get away from your lies, and nor are you going to get away from anything that you ever did. And if you don't confess your sins and make it right, and it's called atonement because you get put into something called the Court of Atonement. At some point, especially if you've continually lied about things, you'll get what's coming to you. You'll get what's coming to you. I've never had anybody make a video about me that's actually showed their face. Think about that. They've all been nameless, faceless, weird titles that make no sense. I've had beings use my videos that I have them on my channel, okay? I have my videos saying what I actually said, and then you'll see a little clip and it's taken. It doesn't even speak like me. If you want to take that for face value, that just shows that you have an empty cell inside of your cranial cavity. Hollow brain is what I'll call it, and you're not going to progress anywhere, nor does it bother me. I actually find the promotion, I mean, that's all you're doing is promoting me. You're promoting me either way, because beings that are cooler than you make out their decision, all of a sudden they find my channel starts growing again. So it's not helping your karmic pathway, but it's definitely not harming mine. So in real life, I've never had anybody cooler than me disrespect me. And I've never had anybody do it in person unless, like, they gotta come up with a group, 20, 30, 40. Nobody can do it individually. If you think you can, I mean, panel up. Let's see what your brain has to say. Let's see how mature you are. Or let's see if you're just stuck on the regular basic programming of the reptilian mentality, which is actually very low vibe, by the way. Everybody knows that reptilians don't exist. That's just a concept that beings like to try to make up to blame something that they can't see for their own issues and their own lack of application into their own life. It's sad to watch most of you confused, scared like you are, You guys can't balance your emotions, your thoughts, your train of thoughts. You guys are, for the majority, and I'm not saying everybody, because I'm not gonna. There's a few beings out there that I actually like. You know, if I converse with you, or we have a dialogue or a dialect that's actually intelligent, we can have a discussion anytime. But if you come across and you're supposed to be an adult and you're acting like you're brainless, you're acting like worse than a child, because even kids are raised with values and morals and respect that somehow gets learned out of them the more that they inaccurately explain things. You guys can't even explain anything. You guys make dumb little videos that are mindless and toxic, but they're more toxic to you. And I've watched, even even some of the ones that I watch get bullied online. I've watched a lot of their bullies just disappear and wind up. All of a sudden, one of them gets hit by a truck, and all of a sudden the other one gets some, hot piece of lead that comes out of nowhere and enters their cranial cavity, and boom, that's it for them. And then all of a sudden, the one that got bullied is still sitting there and progressing, and they still got an opportunity to change things for the better. I mean, if a lot of you minded your own business, do you know how much happier you'd be? And none of you are better than anybody else. You may think you are, but you're not. You're not better than anybody else. I don't have my own worth, so I don't talk about myself all the time. I mean, to explain it all in one live stream, I mean, I don't really have the want or the desire to. But I'm just telling you, a lot of you are stuck on the lower timeline, and you're not going to like what happens to you, and you're going to be fully aware of it. Even when your soul's being cut up and spliced up, and you go through that Helendron collider, which is stuck on your cell phone, which is connected to YouTube, which is connected to CERN, and you'll go to sleep, and that thing is your astral body tries to go out and manifest something. You're going to get pulled into a nightmare. You're going to get night terrors. Most of you will learn, but it'll be too late, and it'll be in your last moments that you'll have the realization. You'll see your entire life flash before your eyes, and you'll realize that you made the wrong choices. So I'm just gonna say, New Earth, Old Earth, the choice is barely there right now. Unless somebody wants to make a drastic change in their life right now, you're gonna get a whole lot of the same, and you're just gonna age and decompose into nothingness. Even as a grain of sand or a blade of grass, you'll still be somewhat aware, but you'll be a prisoner as an object. You can't do the same thing day in and day out and expect a different result. Is basically the gist of it. So if you can't figure that out, I mean, it's nobody else's problem but your own. How would you like to be a grain of sand for billions of years, though? Do you think you'd become the best grain of sand of them all? Do you think anybody would notice? That's pretty much like the billions of the populace out there. Same thing. So, don't lose your eternal life for temporary poor decisions, because that's where most of you are headed. And it is kind of funny. It is kind of funny to me, because you earn what you give. You get back everything that you give, no matter what it is, good or bad. Figure it out. If you can't figure it out, try something different.